Good afternoon. So I thought, oh my god. I didn't know you could get a pet of that. Fuck, I guess I'm grinding that dungeon at some point. So, I know I said I was probably going to take a break, but I realized that, there were 2 dungeons, to unlock in the post-game, that I kind of want to, at least do on stream once. And then there's also the job quest that I can do in the background. I don't know how queues are going to be, honestly, but, I guess we'll find out. Might only be a little bit of a shorter stream, because, like, other than that, I would still like to kind of, like, chill and just grind out some roulettes and stuff like that in the meantime. But at least, for this, it's a good opportunity to, like, start off the role quest and, mark a few things off my list, before, I go back to taking a break. So, yeah. Right. So we got 2 quests. One of them is to go to Mare Lamentorum, and the other is in Thormazine. I actually don't know which is going to be easier to access from. They're both kind of whatever. So this is cheaper for the time being. I'm gonna have to rethink how I put my how I place all of my, teleports now. There's, like, way too many places that are going to be really expensive from almost any part of the world, so I don't know how I'm going to, like, mitigate costs, like I used to. But, I'll try and figure something out. Actually, I'm really curious. No, where's the map? Oh. They're just a flat cost. Huh. I wonder if that's because of my, like, relative distance to, Ragnarok. It is. Oh, interesting. Oh, shit! It's Briange and Thancred. Well, not whatever bringeth thee hither, but thine is ever a welcome presence. There being no inherent urgency to begin our wanderings, Thancred and I did decide to see how fareth the discussions between the Forum and the Loporits. Should it be necessary, lend our aid. In exploring the uses of the moon and ventures beyond the star, soon or late, other parties will inevitably seek to be involved. We must needs ensure that the tendrils of dark designs are not permitted to wend their way into this endeavor. True. Ah, fancy meeting you here. Come to look on the starship, have you? I must say, it already feels like an age ago that we enhanced the vessel's ether burner and then rode it forth unto the great unknown. Sometimes I find myself gazing up at the starry sky, wondering if it was all just a dream. Once behind you, even the grandest adventure becomes but a memory. Alright. Hi, Jamming Way. Aldine, I knew you'd come. Clearly we have inquiring minds and a crushing need to be of use in common. Any road. I'm pleased to report that the Ragnarok has already been prepared for our journey. A journey that, fortunately, will not require the massive quantities of ether that were necessary for our previous voyage beyond the stars. How can this be, you wonder? Well, if I know. Whether it is a parting gift from Mother, or perhaps the manifestation of Medion's true desire, this vessel is strongly connected to Ultima Thule. So strongly, in fact, that it somehow simultaneously exists in both locations, here in Labyrinthos and out of the edge of the universe. Wow, yeah. No, they actually found a way to... They actually like, took the time to write in a canon explanation for why that is a thing. Is it making more sense to you now? No? Well, it matters little. What matters is that we get to the other side and see what is troubling my dearest probe. On that note, let us be off. Oh no. This place is always going to be playing this, and that's going to... Ugh. See? Ragnarok exists here as surely as it did, and does, back in Labyrinthos. With the vessel forming a conduit of sorts, we may also easily teleport between the two locations. Convenient, wouldn't you say? Precisely because the locations are so indelibly connected to each other, however, I fear that whatever has triggered my probe's distress signal has the potential to threaten Labyrinthos as well, so I would investigate without delay. Let's see now. It would seem the distress signal is coming from base Omicron, not far from here. Let us hope my automaton friend can enlighten us further as to the situation. Man, I'm not gonna lie, this track is fucking phenomenal, but I would really appreciate going back to the other theme. Oh, I guess I could have... No, whatever. Wait, that's your pro... Oh, no. Oh god, the scout got killed by... Ah, Aldine. This is my precious reconnaissance automaton. And it would appear this good-for-nothing bucket of bolts has gotten his oily paws all over it. Pray stand by for a moment while I give it a good talking to. Oh no. Jamming way, no. You miserable sack of sockets! What in heaven's name do you think you're doing with my oh-so-valuable automaton? Completing logic circuits. N7000 categorically denies the accusations of this hirsute organism. An advanced life form such as N7000 has no need for such outdated technology. On the contrary, this unit took pity on this makeshift machine and the primitive society which created it and deigned it to issue a warning. Primitive? Outdated? Show you primitive and outdated, you... Wait, what is this warning you speak of? Initiating simplification to explain in imprecise terms that your crude mind might comprehend. Sometime after the organic life form known as Aldine here came into contact with M017, the Omicrons noticed an irregularity. Specifically, a powerful burst of energy from the remnants of a lost world. No doubt a reaction to Aldine and his companions defeating the Endsinger. Fortunately, the energy wave itself caused no appreciable damage. Less fortunately, it housed within it an encoded message from the strategic matrix known as Stigma-1. The message contained a single word, a single command. Live. Oh. That seems innocent enough. Whatever is the problem? This message reached the sensors of Stigma-4, a logistics matrix that has long lain dormant. Shocked back to life at the behest of its fellow intelligence, it has resumed its duties in constructing weapons of mass destruction. Furthermore, there is a statistical probability of 99% that it will launch a full-scale assault on your eminently detectable home planet as soon as production is complete. Can't produce weapons if you're exploded. Perhaps we can remove its power source somehow? This unit projects that this would be less than ideal. Stigma 4's production capabilities are necessary to ensure that the Omicron's existence is maintained in perpetuity. Disabling or destroying it is incompatible with the command issued by Stigma 1. Is there no way we might simply change its mind? Stigma 4 is convinced that war is essential to its survival. Could we not persuade it that an unprovoked offensive might threaten its existence even more? The grubby organic life forms proposition has merit. As a military information and operations specialist, this unit does possess the capability to rewrite the memory banks of other artificial intelligences. If this unit were to hack Sigma 4's neural core and implant the memory that such an offensive once led to not to victory but to failure and near eradication, it must logically conclude the preemptive attack is ill-advised. To accomplish this, this unit will access Stigma 4 and use a dimensional manipulator to generate a virtual environment simulating its memories of war. You must traverse this environment and nullify Stigma 4's expectations of victory. Oh. So we're literally going into the Matrix, eh? It sounds simple and not at all likely to get us killed. What do you say, Aldine? Leave the fighting to us. Oh, leave the fighting to us. Sorry, I wasn't saying that. No. Commencing Strategic Operations Protocol. All participants in the mission, please accompany this unit to the access point at once. So we Shadowrun now? Oh, of course we're gonna be probably going to the... Oh no, not the terminal. From this access point, it will be possible for the unit to establish a communications interface with Stigma 4's neural network. You may be interested to note that this is the first time this unit has been able to perform its intended function since the day it was commissioned. This unit is honored, and will do its utmost to maximize the probability of success. Are you saying that you've never actually done this before? You really had me going with your advanced intelligence talk, but at least my probe had work experience. Wow, jamming way? The flea-ridden life form's evaluation is inaccurate. This unit is equipped with dynamic functionality. It simply has not encountered technology formidable enough to require its full capabilities before. Hi, Val. Fair warning. Sort of, kind of, Endwalker spoilers and stuff still here. I won't... In fact, there's like... Fuck. Pop the chat out as soon as I loaded in and minimized the screen. Okay. I mean, there's... God damn it. Why does this zone's music do this? It's... Yeah. No, it's okay. Like, unfortunately, the zone music right now is... I mean, it's a music spoiler, but, like... So, like, obviously it doesn't have, like, you know, literal spoilers in it, but yeah. I'm gonna keep this muted until I get into the dungeon or leave, okay? Just for you. Literally everything in here is spoiler. Yeah. Well, Val did, like, minimize the window. She's just got the chat up with, I imagine still hearing my voice, so, yeah. That's fine. I appreciate the view nonetheless, Val. Just wanted to say hi. Okay, no worries. Well, hi. It's good to see you. I hope sometime in the future you can catch a stream of mine, but unfortunately at the moment I'm all 14 and... Well, I guess there's, like, 13 Sentinels if I come back to that next weekend, but, I mean, at this rate, I don't know. But I appreciate you seeing... I appreciate you stopping by. More significantly, this unit has succeeded in establishing the interface with Stigma 4. All that remains is for you to enter the simulation and use whatever puny weapons are at your disposal to destroy the core that lies within. That would see the Matrix sufficiently traumatized. Yeah. I did just make it to Endwalker finally. Oh, that's right. You and Raven got to Pagelthan last night, if I remember correctly. So yeah, you're getting there. You're so close. Still probably a while away because Endwalker is pretty long compared to the others, but yeah. This unit will remain in this physical space to ensure the communication interface remains stable as you carry out the operation. And do take care. Though the environment is virtual, any pain you suffer within will feel quite real. Oh. Oh, good. Love that for me. The Stigma Streamscape. For the first time since the fall of its civilization, the warmongering Stigmaphore is awake, its unbeating heart set on conquering a distant star, yours. Omicron N7000 believes that the most effective means of deterrence is to convince its subconscious circuits of how poorly it would fare against Heideland's champion, and has opened a path to allow you to implant a pseudo-memory of just such a contest. Thus does it fall to you to answer the question of what do matrices dream? Fuck you. Oh yeah, and then the next place I'm going to is, well, I cried a lot before the final duty. Yeah, everyone did. Everyone did. 'Tis the way of things, unfortunately. 14 likes to hurt us. Less music spoilers here, but still spoilers, unfortunately. Although, I guess there's a difference between, like, actively going through the areas and seeing me go through them post-game, because I have, like, I'm providing literally no context for you actually seeing them, so I guess there's that. But do enjoy, because Endwalker is very, 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 very good. And I would hate for you to get spoiled on stuff, before you can see them yourself. You're here! Not a moment too soon. Sorry to call you here so abruptly, but you were the first person who came to mind that might be able to help. Do you recall the domiciles we were planning to build for the, evacuation? I don't mean to brag, but they were immaculate. Positively perfect. Except, of course, the ever-small oversight of being 3 times larger than necessary. Oh, don't worry, you can unmute now. I'm gonna head to sleep, now, because I had to go, got a lot of work to do tomorrow, and Raven is shooting daggers at me. Like I said, I just wanted to say hi. I appreciate you saying hi, but please listen to Raven. You should, A, you should go to bed and get your sleep. B, playing Endwalker. Don't spoil yourself. Have a good night, pal. At least that's what I believe before speaking with Uriage. Good night. I learned a lot from him about what we should and shouldn't make of the domiciles, and so I began making changes. Small at first, but they soon became much bigger, more drastic. By the end, I swear I was drawing up wholly new plans for the minute. By the minute. But I was too ambitious. The myriad plans I dreamt up overwhelmed our automated construction machine, the Big Cheese. Of course it's named the Big Cheese. Even as we speak, it's burrowing underground with reckless abandon. If we don't stop it, the domiciles will be the least of our problems. The entire moon is likely to end up looking like a truckle of hold-filled cheese. Delectable? Perhaps, but utterly unfit for habitation. We tried going after it ourselves, but the survey team never made it past the security systems down there. At least I don't think so. They've yet to return and aren't answering our communications. I'd rather not resort to brute force, but I can think of no other way, and no other person to see the deed done. Would you be willing to go down there and stop the Big Cheese? Thank you, thank you. Head down to Smileton and I'll see that you're let in. Smileton, huh? Cool. Alright. Yeah, 7 minutes ain't bad. Let's go back to Charlian and take a look at the role quest while I'm waiting in queue. Shouldn't be too expensive, right? That's fine. That's not you. This is one of the expert dungeons, so it's run a lot, and by that I mean it's only expert, the only expert dungeon I get. What? Sorry, the only expert the only expert dungeon you get, right. Yes, gotcha. Like, it's the only one that some people run for some reason. Okay. Alright. Come on. DPS. There we go. Of course. Oh, neat. Any excuse to reuse the Alexander music, I know. We going? We're going. As part of the faction favoring subjugation of other stars that created units for the upcoming invasion, your presence has been detected, sending units approaching your coordinates. Hooray. Oh wow, that's like a... It's like a... yeah, Proto-Omega. Oh god, should I be running that into fucking Omega or... okay. Oh, I see. Oh, it's giving me the last, year? Interesting. What? Oh. Lambda unit before you was produced in Orgona with local materials as standard. As became our standard operating protocol. Oh, fuck you. What are we... Okay... Did the healer fuck that up? I feel like I lined up with one. I don't... Huh. Dragon Star. Oh my god. No, I got there this time. Fuck you, buddy. Okay, there we go. I think what happened is that the tank blasted both me and the healer, but I could be wrong about that. Yeah, look, he's... Well, okay, maybe it was the recon. Potentially. Yay. Oh, right. Bracelet was one I already had. Fuck. Dragon Soul straight a breach in the barrier. Oh, shit. Huh? Oh, for fuck's sake. What? Why? access to Sigma 4's perceived self. You gonna give us a special track too, or? No. Oh, you look like you're gonna be a fixed position boss. Oh, come on! Oh, too far out. Everyone left, didn't they? Fucking... God damn it. At some point I still need to, get to, Oh, Jesus. You're here. Awaiting orders. Operation status success. Sigma 4 has abandoned its military offensive. N7000 submits new orders to Sigma 4. Sigma 4 is instructed to immediately cease production of all weapons and attack units and initiate production of diplomatic hologram units. Analysis of memory data complete. Further pursuit of planned invasion is calculated to have a 99.999992464% probability, resulting in utter annihilation. And 7,000's orders are deemed strategically and logistically sound, reconfiguring production infrastructure. Take that, glowing eyeball! Oh, my dearest N7000. I apologize for all those times I called you a sack of bolts. Why, you're the most impressive military information and operations unit I've ever met. This unit expresses its gratitude to the hero Aldine and the soft-looking organic life form. This unit could not have succeeded without your help. This also marks the completion of this unit's duties. With the invasion halted indefinitely, there remains no military operation or conflict requiring this unit's functions, preparing to shut down and enter permanent energy-saving hibernation. Shut down? What nonsense is this? Did you not receive an order to live just a short time ago? Eternal sleep doesn't sound like living to me. Come on, Aldine. Say something and set this bolthead straight, won't you? Sure. Why not put your abilities to work for peace? To shut down would be inconsistent with the orders Sir gave you. Why not put your abilities to work for peace? He's right. You were told to live, and live is what you'll do. If you don't have a war to wage anymore, you can use your talents to bring in a new future of peace and hope. But what are the appropriate protocols? This unit possesses little practical experience in peacetime operations. You can access Stigma 4, can you not? By interfacing with its memory banks, you might you not be able to, say, find knowledge of lost civilizations? Civilizations that you might simulate for the edification of those who live now? Indeed, such a task would be within this unit's capabilities, but what about when the task is complete? Without an ongoing mission, sooner or later this unit is bound to lose its purpose. What happens then? Well, let's see now. I suppose you could always open a cafe? Back in Old Charlian, there's a fine establishment called The Last Stand. People gather there to share food, drink, and company, and reasons to meet again. Jamming Way? Aldine delivered his world from the brink of despair and helped people dream of a brighter future once more. What if we could do the same for the other civilizations Meteon found? This unit finds the furry lifeform's suggestion difficult to process. And yet, realizing accurate simulations of myriad civilizations, including those the Omicrons have not encountered, would undoubtedly challenge this unit to the fullest. It is a reason to remain active for the foreseeable future. Precisely. See? I knew I was onto something here. Speaking of here, Aldine, do you know anywhere nearby that could use a good cafe? Jamming Way, we're at the literal end of the universe. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? These are all memories. There's an empty structure that might be suited for it in the necropolis. Why didn't you say so sooner? Yeah, you know, that place where it really looks like people got Thanos snapped out of existence. I'm sure that'll make a great place for a fucking cafe. You know. Oh, shit. I can't believe this. Well, would you look at that? Spacious counter, outdoor seating, and a fine layer of homely grey dust. Best of all is the view of that massive dead star that Meteon was lurking in for ages, looming ominously overhead. People are going to love this. Think about it. It's poetic. The very place where hope was nearly extinguished forever, now a beacon of it. This unit has not fully processed the concept of a cafe, but will simulate elements of lost civilizations as its ongoing mission. That'll be just fine in N7000. You focus on what you do best and leave the rest to me. I'll have you know I learned a thing or two about preparing and serving victuals and beverages in my time at the Last Stand. Not to mention that I've come up with the perfect name for our next new establishment, the Last Dregs. Inspiring moniker, wouldn't you say? No. This unit is unable to process this statement. It must defer to the furry life form's judgment. My work here is done. I'll take that as a yes. Now, we best get to work. There are many preparations to be made before we're ready to open for business. You're more than welcome any time, though, Aldine. Oh, and please tell the other Lupperits I'm not dead. Yeah, sure. Gotcha. Alright, time for Smileton, huh? Round 2 of speaking with our Toyrell. God, we're back up to 26. I had the aircon on in here earlier to cool things down before stream. And I think it got down to like 22, but it's quickly climbed back up, unfortunately. Oh, right, I was teleporting. Aldine, where the hell have you been? You disappeared in the middle of a sentence I was speaking. I was just trying to welcome you too. Welcome! Again? Aldine, I've been inspecting you. Words cannot express how heartening it is to have you fighting beside us. Words. Allow me to echo that sentiment. Yay, Emmerich. Greetings, my friend. Lest you wonder, Lord Artoyrell and I are leading the effort to deal with the blasphemy. With your capable self in the fold, I have no doubt that we shall succeed. Without further ado, I shall brief you on the situation. It was a handful of days after the first beasts appeared in Razat Han. An Ellison man was observed at the Hopland in the pillars, walking with an unsteady gait. All of a sudden, he buckled over as if in pain. And before anyone knew what was happening, he had transformed into a terrible draconic beast. Ooh. At the mere sight of this, many who chanced to be present also turned, and regrettably, the Temple Knights were forced to put them down. The blasphemy itself, however, took wing and fled. Profane Fafnir, we have chosen to call it, after the dragon man of Ishgardian myth. Since that day, the beast has often been sighted in the skies above Ishgard. It does not attack, only circles menacingly for a time, disappearing again. Alas, these brief visitations are enough to cause more people to turn, and for fear and panic to spread to further. As part of our investigation, we have sought to identify the man who became the blasphemy, but thus we have learned naught. We have, however, identified a common thread between those who subsequently turned. All were people of fervent faith, people such as priests and inquisitors. They probably fear the dragons the most. Yep, that tracks. When the truth of our nation's history was laid bare, the legitimacy of the church was called into question. Many Ishgardians struggled to reconcile the revelations with their beliefs, and none more so than the pious. Such men and women, we posit, would be more susceptible to fear, and therefore the transformation. We must find a way to stop it. Ishgard has only just emerged from a 1,000-year war, and we cannot suffer another great tragedy, much less so soon. In order to attain a better understanding of the situation, we intend to speak with a member of the clergy, the sole individual who survived witnessing the blasphemy's birth without being turned. Clem is his name, and he is a deacon of Saint Remino. I'm gonna assume that D is silent. Remino's Cathedral. Come, let us seek him out there at once. Oh, it's in the thing. I don't think I've ever been there, come to think of it. Oh, shit. Alright, round 2. I hit 2 dungeon queues within an hour. I think that's pretty good. Considering I completed one of those dungeons in that time. Oh dear. Building way, what have you done? Blazes is wrong with these doors? Oh yeah. Hell yeah, let's fucking do it. Fuck yes. A literal Escher painting dungeon. Even more than the fucking anti-tower. Are we going? Or are we just... Okay, I think that's... Bye, Titan. Oh, so now we... Fucking... Oh. Oh dear. What? What happened? Face us from smiling. Take by smile. Oh, oh, this is a fucking This is an Eden mechanic. Okay, I gotcha. Oh, God. Oh, that's fine. Oh shit, I wasn't looking. Oh god. That's fine. Ah. What? Oh, wrong side. Fuck. Oh no. Forest Temple. No. Yep. This hallway again. Oh, I need to get out of here. I should actually pay attention to the dialogue in this dungeon, because I feel like it's just going to be nothing but Loprits being like, where in the goddamn fuck are we? Are we? No? Okay. frame worker. Interesting that they're giving out the same armor as the or same gear as the under construction. Sorry, that's pretty good. Yeah, a shame like they're giving like the same gear that the last dungeon does, but it makes me wonder if like they haven't done that before. Because I guess that kind of makes sense. They wouldn't want to introduce like new armor with the same eye level and put like far more like work into the art for it, I guess. Also to like clearly delineate different sets of armor. Guess that makes sense. Oh, for fuck's sake, I hit the wrong button. Holy shit. Smile Maker, the big cheese. How on earth are you meant to judge that? Oh no. Pick up the healer. wasn't too bad. I actually really enjoyed that dungeon, though. Wait, I didn't get... That's weird. Usually I get, like, immediately thrown back to the dungeon entrance. Huh. Oh, the thing is a rock. The rock is a face. Okay. For a moment, I was kind of like, wait, why is the entrance here again? I feel like it should be inside the facility, but... There you go. You're back! What happened to the big cheese? I blew it up. It's gone. I suppose that's a mite better than the alternative. And you say the survey team is safe? Oh, thank heavens. Spartan is meant to be a paradise, and the big cheese its architect. It was designed to learn what it is that makes people happy and manifest whatever we could dream up, no matter how seemingly impossible. But I've been unduly fickle, every new plan contradicting the last. I fear my indecisiveness overloaded the big cheese, and it lost sight of what true happiness is. All I wanted was to make the people of Etheris happy, look upon their smiling faces. You still can, just take your time, think things through, and all will be well. Have you considered visiting residential areas on Etheris for inspiration? Now there's an idea. I mean, sure, Oriange has been incredibly helpful with his advice, but actually seeing how people live would surely be more informative than simply hearing about it. And now that the final days have been averted, there's no longer a need to rush. I'll be sure to bear that in mind so nothing like this happens again. Perhaps I'll start with something simple like furniture. Oh, and I can design a new automated system to build them. I'll call it the bigger cheese. Okay, just don't make it the same way. Oh, I guess it was the input you gave it that was kind of a problem, wasn't it? Why does that look like Dr. Kuma? Anyway. Back to, Oh, actually, hold on. Ah, shit. Wait, no! Awesome. Back to Ishgard. I do like how this is, this role quest is very much taking a lot of inspiration from the, role quests of Shadowbringers. What with a, focus on, like, basically solving a big problem, specialized to the role, but, like, very much within the storylines thing. Not just some isolated... completely, like, isolated thing that can be whatever the hell it wants to be. Although I guess this is isolated enough that it could be, but, yeah. Lord Emmerich, Lord Artoriel, and the Saviour of Ishgard besides, you do me great honor. I'm Clem, and I serve as deacon here at St. Ramenos Cathedral. I understand you were among those of the Hoplan when the incident occurred. We give thanks to the Fury for your merciful preservation. We now seek to prevent the blasphemy from wreaking further havoc, and would appreciate any details you can provide. Loath though we are to make you recall unpleasant memories, will you not recount us recount to us what you witnessed that day. Very well. We are presently relocating the vault's libraries to the cathedral. In case you were unaware, we had finished delivering a batch of tomes, and were on our way to bring it over another. As we approached the Hopland, we noticed a young man walking unsteadily. No sooner had he come to an abrupt halt than he transformed into a draconic beast. The fiend fixed us with a menacing glare, and it was all we could do to find our wits and flee. Ugh. But to my compounding horror, my brethren who were with me began turning into monstrosities as well, one after another. Praise the fury that you, at least, were spared, Deacon Clem. You cannot imagine how frightening the experience must have been. Oops. Hi? Bishop Vartanoy. Actually, how would you pronounce that? Hi, Nikki. How's it going? Sorry, I'm Googling a thing real quick. Actually, I don't even know how I'd... to pronounce... No, fuck. No, not Onyx. Oh, here we go. Sorry, I'm trying to, on the fly, learn... Nope, that's not happening. Okay, never mind. How are you doing, Nikki? It's been a while. I hope everything's okay with you, by the way. I've been away from the server... Well, not away from the server, but I tend to just, like, kind of lurk now and then. Like, I've been, like, really busy with other things, but, I hope things are going okay. I know, like, some things have been rough recently, so... Yeah. Just hoping you're still well. Also, I saw, despite not being quite caught up with the campaign, I did see a bit of your artwork, from the Unexpectables recently, and... Holy shit, I've got to catch up. But it was really damn good. It's fine, I stopped the fight. Oh god. Has shit been going on in the Unexpectables Discord again? I did see you tweet something out that was... That... Like, maybe it's just bad experiences there, but for some reason I always associate, like, whenever I see a tweet like that from someone, like, I know in that sphere, I sometimes wonder what the chances are that it's just someone on that server. Forgive me if I interrupt. I was informed that our stalwart protectors were present and wish to express my gratitude. From the bottom of my heart, I thank you for your service. I pray that we shall soon be free of this scourge. Indeed, if there is aught we might do to aid your efforts, you need but say it. You're most kind, Your Grace. Why do I get the feeling that this is going to be something to do with this man being, like, eschewed by the church or some shit, and he was kind of responsible for it? That was Bishop Vartanoy, the head of St. Remenos, and a member of the Synod. With the seat of the Archbishop vacant, he is, in effect, the highest authority in the Ishgardian Orthodox Church. I don't know, fantasy churches are weird. They sure are. Especially when they're, like, more or less just the Catholic Church, but not really. Oh, this is so... Yet in spite of his elevated position, he remains as kind and humble a man as any I've ever known. Like His Grace, I would do all that I can to help shepherd our people through this uncertain time. To that end, there was a request I would make of you, if you can spare a moment to consider it. Okay, this is taking a turn. Of course. If it is within our power, we should be glad to offer you aid. Thank you. hear further. In the wake of the transformations, a group of clergymen fled the city in fear. Yet though they sought refuge in the wilderness, they put themselves at the mercy of the elements and fell fiends both. Given that the cause of the transformation is not clear, I think theirs was a decidedly unwise decision. I wish to set out and find them, but I am not trained in the ways of war. As such, I require those who are to accompany me in the search. Well, look no further. So that's the way of it. Suffice it to say, we will help. Do you know whither your fellows may have headed? The Western Highlands, I believe. Between Gorgain Mills and Hemlock, there is no shortage of abandoned dwellings in the area. Very well. Time being of the essence, I propose we split up and scour separate areas. Aldine, if you could escort the good deacon to Gorgain Mills, Lord Artorel and I will attend to Hemlock. Yep, it's fine, I'm not practicing at this point. I was non-practicing for a very long time too, and then I kind of realized that, like, I don't know. I realized at some point that, like, the only reason I was non-practicing was because, like, a lot of the stuff that most of it is just literally, I don't agree. And realize that, no, it's probably more accurate to say I don't actually believe that. But, yeah. Boy, that was a Gordian knot at the time. What am I even doing? I should just, yeah. I should just teleport there. Yeah. It's a weird line. Like, honestly, I think I'd put myself at agnostic at this point. It's like, God may exist, but I don't think that has much of a bearing on anything. Even if we could prove that that was the case. But yeah. God, it's been a while since I've been in this area. God, I wonder if this place is ever not going to be covered in snow again. Oh, for context, like, this area used to be actually, like, lush Greenland until, like, a catastrophe that happened, like, preceding the beginning of the game. I'm at there are gods, but we made them. Yeah. Yeah, like, they're entirely malleable to our own, kind of thoughts on things. Yeah. I think that's pretty apt. Funnily enough, has a lot of parallels with this game. One of the big plot things in this game is people calling upon and manifesting their gods to, like, protect them and save them against, like, people who are doing wrong against them, who they are powerless to stop. And one of the big, like, key factors of that is that they aren't actually, like, they're not bringing down that god from some place or, like, actually calling them down. They're generating a manifestation of them that adheres to how they perceive them. Not only that, but the thing doesn't even have to be real. If enough people think it is real, if enough people believe that the thing exists, then it can be summoned like that. Actually, like, now that I think about it, actually really similar to a something like akin to what Monty touched on, with people, like, forgetting Omnimore and that. Now that I think about it. Interesting. FF14 lore. Yeah. Dense as it is. You? Ah, I see you found them. Yeah, these three people are like, oh god, we gotta leave the city. And then, like, the de facto leader of the entire city, the most prominent person in one of the houses, and the literal hero of the world, just fucking stumbles upon them. My friends, forgive us if we are given cause for alarm. We came out we come out of concern for your well-being. Though we understand why you quit the city, we fear you may have placed yourselves at great risk by coming here. His Grace Bishop Vartanoi, too, worries for your health and prays for your swift return. So please, will you not allow us to escort you to the Holy See? I assure you, you will be much safer there than in this wretched place. Did the bishop actually say that, though? Uh-oh. Servants of the Fury will never be safe in the city, don't you see? This is your fault. You and your accursed revolution. The people disdain us, mock us behind our backs, and spit in our faces. God, even this long after the fucking turnaround. And now someone is conspiring to transform us into monstrosities. Enemies of the church, I'll wager, emboldened by your deeds. So no, I will not go back to Ishgard. Sooner freeze to death than suffer your pity. Fucking it. Damn it! What? All I've ever done was in service to her. I'm a good man. I do not... She cannot forsake me. God damn it. There goes another one. Aldine, we cannot allow him to harm any others. Give chase and do what you must. We will remain here and keep the others calm. I feel like there's going to be a lot of these before we actually solve things. For context, basically, the world has come under some cosmic turmoil, it seems, at this stage of the game. Anyway, I've beaten the game, but, like, at this point in it, I think I'm kind of doing an older quest. Like, something is basically, like, taking people who are, consumed by incredibly negative emotions like despair, agony, and rage, and things like that, and just irreparably turning them into monsters. We are currently trying to, like, find one of the biggest ones of them, but as it turns out, people are still turning into them because of the, well, besides other reasons, also the, like, trauma of seeing people around them turn into monsters like this. It's kind of rough. Kind of fucking rough. What of the beast. All shall be well, my friends. Come, join me in prayer. Is it done, Aldine? Yeah, I killed the thing. My thanks. What happened is most regrettable, but we must be grateful that no one else came to harm. While you were gone, the deacon was able to convince the others to return to the city. Let us escort them back at once, and then reconvene at the congregation to consider our next course of action. For our purposes, we have the use of the strategy room. Announce yourself to the guard without, and he will show you in. You're staying behind. Oh. Damn it, Emmerich, can we not have a moment again? I missed that. Emmerich is very handsome. I'm sorry. Oh, why the hell wouldn't they put him out here? Weird. Lord Semeric and Artoriel await you within the strategy room. Will you be joining them now? Oh, wow. This room we've never been able to walk in before. Huh. Interesting. Cat's nudging my door. Unless you wonder, we have taken the clergyman to St. Raminos to rest and recover. Truth be told, the thought that they may still succumb to despair and turn remains at the forefront of my mind. Yet the risk would be greater still were we to keep them at arm's length, and deny them the comfort of the church. Indeed, from the words he spoke, that Inquisitor yearned for the days of old. He and others like him can scarcely be blamed. Since the truth of the nation's founding and the Archbishop's machinations were made public knowledge, the Church has been in turmoil. Though we have made great strides in separating religion and state, there has been far less progress in the reformation of the Church. For our faith has been everything to us, our purpose and our comfort. It is not an easy thing to reconcile one's beliefs with the betrayal of our spiritual leaders. Thus, torn between their hearts and minds, many Ishgardians feel lost, and none more so than members of the clergy, whose faith was once unshakable. Little wonder, then, that most dedicated and devout are likely to turn. Yeah, lost their way, basically more susceptible to fear and that because everything they've kind of known has been turned out to be a lie. Either that, or they're resolute in their rejection of all of that stuff, and then kind of turn to hysteria when things keep progressing forward in kind of making things better around here without the church. So it seems that further investigation is needed ere we draw a definite conclusion. With the war's end, Ishgard was set out on a new path. The choices we make now shall determine our course for the future. Come what may, we dare not squander the chance we have fought so hard to attain. Once the returned clergymen have sufficiently calmed down, I shall have the deacon speak with them, that we might gain insight into their individual plights. Good. Meanwhile, I shall take the opportunity to brief my men on recent developments. Pray, take a moment's rest, friend. You have earned it. When you're ready to continue our work, you may seek us out there. Okay, so here's a question. Is the next quest going to be 86 or 87? 86. No forgiveness, no deliverance. Artoirel is eagerly awaiting Deacon Clem's report. Ah, Aldine. Your timing could not be better. Deacon Clem has finished speaking with the rescued clergyman and will be here shortly to share his findings. Lord Emeric, too, is on his way. Let us wait for them. Deacon Clem, we thank you for making the inquiries on our behalf. 'Twas no imposition in the least. As I said, I am glad to do all I can. So it is our understanding that that those we escorted back were all close acquaintances of the Inquisitor who turned. Hi, Rizaki, how's it going? Like me, they too had been the subject of harassment by certain quarters of the populace. Is this correct? It is, I'm afraid, and they are far from alone. Men of the cloth were once afforded respect and deference as servants of Halone, but now they are openly reviled by many. We were complicit in perpetuating terrible lies, this is true, but we too were misled. We too are victims, yet we are regarded by some as criminals. Well do I understand the people's anger, but it saddens me to think that they would thus lash out at their fellow man, especially when we need solidarity most of all. Though I can imagine your plight, I would not presume to fully grasp your pain. Will you tell us the challenges you and yours have had to face since the war's end? Oh, I wonder if this is actually going to be an opportunity to kind of look at, like, the problems that some of the places within Eorzea still kind of have that have been left over. I'm almost done with crafters, just... I don't know. Oh, well, the second one is Weaver, I assume, but I don't know what the first one is. Damn. Holy shit. That was really quick. Good on you. Like all sons and daughters of Ishgard, we dreamed of peace in our lifetime. But now that it has come, we have little cause to rejoice. Our faith has long been the foundation of our lives, and overnight that foundation has been crippled by fractures, beyond repair for some. To learn that we had been deceived, and that we had unwittingly deceived others in turn, was devastating. We who had once been shepherds to men found ourselves lost lambs, bereft of surety and wanting for guidance. We have languished in darkness, all of us. Yeah, people kept in the dark in this kind of situation actually probably catch, like, disproportionately more flack than others. Armorer, right? Because, like... And I imagine, like, for some people, it's probably, like, more of a personal relationship sort of thing. Like, if like, you know, tiers up from you in your own job, for example, right? Like, imagining you have, like, several tiers of leadership. If someone does something bad up there, like, yeah, that's shitty. Or if someone up there does something... Oh, no, actually, let me rephrase this. When someone, like, lies and they're, like, at the very top, you have a different relationship depending on how much you interface with the rest above you. And what often happens in situations like these is that people will be far more caught up in the fact that a person they trusted, like someone like immediately above them that they put a lot of trust in and may have like really close relationship with, perpetuated a lie more so than like the person who actually told the lie and misled everyone. Because depending on the impact of said thing, like, they might have, like, a lot more personal stakes in it. And they might take more personally the fact that someone close to them actually caused that to happen, as opposed to the person at the top that does that. So I can easily imagine a situation in which, like, you know, it goes without saying that the Archbishop and the Heavensward and the people, like, immediately around, like, that kind of level are, like, you know, kind of detested, but that a lot of people save more ire for the people they knew who were teaching them personally, or, like, you know, caring for them, but still perpetuating that stuff. And it's fucking rough, because, like, in a situation like that, what the fuck were you supposed to do? You thought you were 100% right, and it turns out everyone around you was either misled or lied to you. But then you've got anger coming up from the people you were trying to help that you told this stuff to. It's not an enviable position. I discovered something hilarious as well. I don't need intermediate gear. I can just straight up craft the end crafting set of EW. Oh, okay. Interesting. Yet I have faith that the church will redeem itself, that it will find a new path, and again become a beacon of hope for the people. Oh, don't move the screen. I see. Thank you for sharing this with us. Your testimony has confirmed our suspicions. According to our allies, that which causes people to turn is none other than their despair and anguish. If it wasn't before, it is now abundantly clear why members of the clergy are among the transformed. That you did not, I believe, is due to your unwavering faith in the church. In light of this, we would ask for your continued cooperation. Of course. Anything to help my brethren. Now that we have established the cause, that leaves us with the mystery of profane Fafnir's identity. The progenitor of these troubles. Could he too have been a man of the cloth? From what I recall of his garb, I doubt it. He was dressed in the common fashion, and inadequately against the cold besides. It is said that something of the individual may remain in the blasphemy, influencing its behavior. If we can determine what instincts drive profane Fafnir, we may learn who it once was. And this knowledge, I believe, will prove vital in our efforts to stop it. Deacon Clem, we ask that you reach out to your fellow clergymen. Please do what you can to ease their anxieties. Have I checked out the expert dungeons yet? I did both of them today, actually. Understood. As I have ever done, I shall provide what comfort I can to those in need. Meanwhile, we must make it a priority to identify the blasphemy. To that end, I would seek out more eyewitnesses. The Hopland is a busy place at any given time. Some ordinary citizens are bound to have been present as that tragic event unfolded. I propose we make inquiries in the Pillars. If you could attend to the Hopland, Lord Artoirel and I will look in the surrounding areas. Smileton in particular, I think, is really cool. Like, it starts out as a like MC Escher painting, but a dungeon. So like, that immediately caught my eye, and I went, well, I think this is one of my favorite dungeon concepts ever. Where are we going? All over the place. Start at the last vigil and go north from there. Oh shit, I don't have my mod view up. That would probably help. Alright. Sociable citizen. No, I didn't see that dragon, nor would I have wished to, frightful as it sounds. They say it wasn't a Dravanian attack, but if not, then what was it? Yeah, just don't worry about that. None of your concern, we've got it under control. Sort of. Maybe. Oh, we'd have to go around because, damn it. Spirited citizen. The dragon that appeared at the Hopland? Aye, I saw with my own eyes. One moment an Elizin, the next a beast. He was a heretic, I take it. Why? Is a heretic or a clergyman more likely? I guess it kind of depends on like what dictates what you transform into. Because as far as we could tell, when like we saw people change, there wasn't really anything that like seemed to make sense of the transformation, if that makes sense. Like, for example, there are other people in Ishgard that didn't turn to dragons, right? If that is an object of fear and despair for them, and the object and fear of despair is the thing they turn into, then everyone would have turned into dragons, right? That seems to make sense. But he was the only one that did. And every other one we've seen is, like, generic, and their monster designs are, like, very complex and, like, abstract to, like, the incomprehensible. So, like, they're either, like, more fundamental manifestations of the particular feeling that a person goes through during their transformation, like the actual, like, emotion that triggers the transformation itself, or particularly bad examples changed into very specific things, which does have a little bit more credence to it, given the first blasphemy we actually killed. I wasn't present for the incident at the Hopland, but a young man poorly dressed for the cold that I did see. I recall him well because an aide from Saint Vaindro was searching for him. He was a patient at the infirmary, and by coincidence had the same name. By coincidence? What do you mean by coincidence? Like it wasn't the same person, or...? There you are, Aldine. Did you search Ifrit? God damn it. Did your search yield any fruit? I learnt that he was a patient somewhere? Patient of the Firmament's infirmary, you say? Among those with whom I spoke, one claims to have witnessed an individual fitting that description. A man walking in a stupor who did not seem to feel the cold. If he had wandered straight out of the infirmary, it would explain his state of attire. Yes, I dare say we have found our blasphemy. But to think that his name should be, Vaindro. It is the same as that of, former Heaven's Word Commander Sir Vaindro de Rochemand. Fucking French names. For whom the infirmary is named. Sir Vaindro, however, retired from his station at a ripe old age some years ago. Does not like to have been him. In any case, we have a lead. I shall head to the infirmary at once. Pray wait for me in the broom. Okay. What are we going to do? We're gonna go to the broom too. Nice. Okay. Sure. Yeah. Broom. Uh-oh. This is Loverick, the aide who is in charge of Vaindro. Have you found him? Oh, please say you have. We have not, I'm afraid. But we seek to, and hope that you could tell us more about him. May we ask how he came to be at the infirmary? He was found by a patrol in the Central Highlands. After being treated for his hurts, he was brought to us for convalescence. Being in the prime of his years, he had been doing well, but then... Prime of his years? By all accounts, he's no old man. Seems safe to assume it isn't Sir Vaindro. Oh no, he's definitely a different person, as I told Lord Artoirel. And though he gave his name as Vaindro, he seemed rather confused, and we had no means to confirm his identity. In his state, he shouldn't be wandering about on his own. Please, you must find him. Oh boy. The man who recently turned into a beast at the Hoplin. I regret to say it may have been Vaindro. What? No. How can this be? Is there aught else you can tell us? Things he may have said or done while in your care? While he was still unconscious, he would often ramble. Though most of it was incoherent, he mentioned the Archbishop many times. Oh, and he spoke of a bishop too. Bishop Vartanoy. I assumed he was a pious man, given this. I see. Thank you for your cooperation. We will continue our investigation, and should we confirm what became of Vaindro, inform you forthwith. Let us return to the congregation for now. A man who seemed devoid of memory. Mumbling something about the Archbishop and the Bishop. that we met before. I kind of had a feeling that the bishop would have something to do with this. I hope it's not awful, but... given the state of the patient in question, heading to the strategy room, I should be glad to show you in. Yes, thank you. The mystery remains, but we are one step closer to identifying the man who became Profane Fafnir. Indeed. Though he did not at first appear to be a member of the clergy, his words betray a fervent faith. And how curious that he would speak not only of the Archbishop, but Bishop Vartanoy specifically. Perhaps he was personally acquainted with His Grace? In light of the possibility, I believe we should speak with him directly. Agreed. I will request an audience, but His Grace has many demands upon his time. It may be a while before we are seen. Should you have other business, pray feel free to attend them in the meantime. Oh, excuse me. Oh, bye again, Emmerich. It's gonna be 87, yep. Only justice, only vengeance. The look of relief upon Artoirel's face bespeaks your timely arrival. I was just standing here. Aldine, excellent timing as ever. Deacon Clem has just sent word that Bishop Vartanoy will see us now, by which I mean right this instant. Oh, Vartanoy. Like Louisois, I think? Hang on a second. Is that how you spell his name? I forget. Oh yeah, O-I-X is like Hua. Okay, so it's Vartanoy. It is extremely short notice, I know, but it would not do to miss the opportunity to learn how he and Vaintro may be connected. Not wishing to keep His Grace waiting, Lord Emmerich is already on his way to Saint Raymond's Cathedral. Come, let us hurry there ourselves. Oh, right, it's one of the message boards ones. I was about to open the map again and go like, oh, wait. Or then I went, oh, wait. It's just one of... Wow, that was really quick. What the fuck? Oh. My lords, I am sorry. I informed His Grace that you were making your way hither, but shortly before you arrived, he recalled that he had urgent business and had to leave the cathedral at once. Did he now? He cannot have yet gone far, though, so if you wish to search for him in the hopes you can still steal a moment of his time. To grant us an audience only to depart with such haste. What business could be so pressing? Yeah, that's kind of weird. It's a little strange. Oh. There he is. Well now, even the savior of Ishgard should be here. Your Grace, perhaps this is simply our misunderstanding, but we were under the impression that you had granted us an audience. Lord Speaker, rest assured, I was just about to return to the cathedral. Okay. There is no need, Your Grace. This will not take long. As you may have heard, we are investigating a young man named Vaindro. Is he known to you? No, I cannot say he is. With the exception of the former Archimandrite. I'm sure I know no one by that name. But mine and the Archbishop's are known to many, yes? Perhaps this youth took inspiration from public services over which we presided? Goodly soul that he is. Full glad am I that his faith is of comfort to him in sickness. I pray to Alone that he will soon be found in good health. Now then, if there was nothing else, I shall return to my duties. Yeah. Thank you, Echo, for never ceasing to fail me. What? What the fuck is... Okay. Fear not, Your Eminence. I shall carry on your legacy. We have completed the preparations as per your instructions, but are you certain this will work? It will. It must. Lord Emmerich spoke the truth when he revealed the Archbishop sought primal powers to strengthen the people's faith. I could not bring myself to believe it. Not at first. But in the course of cataloguing His Eminence's personal articles, I came upon his journal. Therein, he had written that, through abundant aether and fervent prayer, it is possible to make gods of men. All the power we require lies in this place, this Azisla, by channeling the essential elements into the soulless flesh and sword we found. What in the fuck did you do? We shall summon forth King Thordan and his Knights 12, and by his blessing Ishgard shall be restored to its former glory. Did you reanimate? Excuse me? What is this? It's just an ordinary man. Scarcely changed from before. His Eminence, I must protect... No, this isn't right. Confound it. Perhaps I overlooked something. I must return to the Holy See and review the journal. Your Grace, what should we do with this thing? Leave it. 'Tis a failure without use or value. The denizens of this place will deal with it soon enough. Christ. Beat the Minstrel's Ballad Thornton's Reign yesterday. Wow, congrats. Also, hi, PJ. Altine, are you well? Were you perchance granted a vision of the past? Y'all might want to sit down for this. An attempted summoning of King Thordan and his knights 12. Oh, well, you look a little bit... Your Grace, you should know full well that summoning is strictly forbidden. You will accompany us to the congregation and explain yourself. I have dedicated my life to the church, conducted my affairs in accordance with the scriptures, and taught others to do likewise. But you took it all from us, tore down everything that defined us. Cannot know how it feels to have your very existence rejected, to be forsaken by your community, to be denied by your society. Well, I deny you in the... Oh, for fuck's sake. I refuse to accept it, do you hear me? I refuse to accept it. Well, good job, idiot. Alright. Wait, I thought you beat the final days. Why did these creatures still appear? Your Grace, no! That it should come to violence yet again. Would that your hand had not been forced, my lord. Deacon Clem should not be alone at this time. I shall remain with him while tending to the aftermath. Ah, he said the stream title. When things have settled, I will return to the congregation. Pray, go on ahead and get some rest. Christ. Is this pre-final days boss fight? I too found it strange that after dealing with the heretics, I got a quest that the heretics are summoning Shiva again. Well, wait, what do you... Okay, PJ, that doesn't make any sense. You didn't deal with the heretics at literally any point other than the point that Shiva could literally not be summoned again. I don't know... A, I don't know what questline you're talking about. B, this questline happens before the end of the game. After dealing with the heretics, I got a quest that the heretics are summoning Shiva again. Are you talking about, like, having, like, Shiva, Extreme or something? Yeah, so before the final days. What's this got to do with Shiva? I'm confused. Yeah, Shiva Extreme. Okay. Yeah. Like, you didn't deal with the heretics. The heretics weren't... The heretics weren't finished. You just got a questline that's at some point arbitrarily the heretics managed to get the resources to do it again. That's not a contradiction like things happening after the final days that shouldn't be happening after the final days. How fares the deacon? Well enough, given the circumstances. Though understandably shaken, he is more determined than ever to help his fellows. Truly, he is possessed of a stout heart. But to think that even a member of the Synod could succumb to despair and turn. The crisis gripping the church is far graver than I had imagined. In pushing for such an abrupt separation of religion and state, we may have exacerbated the growing divide between the clergy and the general populace. Aldine, will you not recount in full that which you witnessed in your vision? Yeah, so he had a body from in Azisla, and he used Thordan's sword as a source of ether. But he should seek to use one of Alag's unholy abominations to create a primal. Yet that which manifested was not like the being you fought, but rather retained the form of a man, one driven by the desire to protect the Archbishop. We may safely assume the Bishop did not have sufficient ether. Bereft of Nidhogg's eye, the Sword of Ascalon no longer has such power. Yep. But if the summoning failed, how did the clone come to possess life? And what purpose drives it? Lack of ether notwithstanding, the necessary components were present for our summoning. Perhaps the ritual itself was a success, and the vessel, though imperfect, rose as a champion of the Archbishop. Yet how did he come to be in the Central Highlands? You believe that this clone and the man who became the blasphemy are one and the same? Nay, I merely speculate. Yet considering what we know of the clone, Vaindro, it would seem a likely possibility. Whatever the truth may be, it will not elude us forever. But first, I must lay some groundwork for the next phase of our investigation. God's permitting, I will have news to share ere long, so pray look in on us when you can. So there seem... if it's going level by level, there's going to be 6 quests for this. Will's unending, faith unbending. Artoirel has the identity of the blasphemy on his mind. Aldine, you are ever a sight for sore eyes. Artoirel, I haven't left. Ill tidings, my friends. I dispatched the Temple Knights to find the clergyman who aided Bishop Vartenoir's summoning attempt. Regrettably, when confronted, all turned and had to be put down. Fuck! Without their accounts, how then to ascertain that the clone and Vaindro are the same individual? I suppose it needn't make sense just to break in the plot. No! It's entirely consistent. But, like, if you did the elemental primal extremes, it was pretty much exactly the same thing. The tribes just found more crystals in the meantime and summoned a more powerful version of the primal. That doesn't not make sense. It's entirely consistent with what's going on in the story. Maintaining the assumption that they are, perhaps we should instead consider how Vaindro may have found his way to Kurthus. According to Aldine's vision, he was abandoned at Asislar, but what did he do afterwards? Then there is but one way to ascertain the truth. We follow his trail. I shall go and search for the clone in Asislar. If he is still there, then we are dealing with a different individual. A splendid idea. We leave the floating continent in your capable hands. What? Meanwhile, Aldine and I shall retrace Vaindro's steps whence he first appeared. Upon being found in the Central Highlands, he was taken to Camp Dragonhead. Let us begin by making inquiries there. Like, to be clear, PJ... Okay, but I'm talking about your scenario. You beat the final day so people can't turn into monsters, yet here you see the monsters still yet exist. Okay, the quests are temporally locked, right? Like the level 85 to 9 quests that are level 85 and up to 90 happen before the end of the final days, right? I'm going back in time to do quests, right? But the reason I poke holes in your example of Shiva is that it's not consistent with the thing you compared it to. There is a big difference between me going back in time to do a quest that should have happened earlier on and a quest that specifically is meant to be taken after an event and you calling it inconsistent because you dealt with it, which, no, you didn't. Like, the comparison is just, like, completely nothing. I'm sorry. I smell burger on my hands. Alright. Time to do the thing. How dare you bring me back here? Fuck. Ah, it is ever an honor to receive you. What brings you to our humble camp this morning? An injured man who was found out in the wilds. Yes, I know the one. I was with the patrol that chanced him into him north of here, Providence Point. He was unconscious and in a bad way, and we hurriedly bore him back to camp. After doing what we could for him, we sent him on to the city. Where Vaindro was found. Okay, cool. We've got that. Yeah. Yeah, they put it up, I think, at the end of Heaven's Word, if I remember correctly. Investigating the stranger we found, are you? I wasn't involved myself, so I can't tell you much about the fellow. But in the case it is of interest, earlier the same day I caught sight of an airship flying dangerously low. It soon disappeared into the brewing snowstorm, looking none too steady. An airship flying low. Oh my god. This person take, like, a fucking ship from Azisla down to here? Well, now, if it isn't the late, Lord Holshafon's dear friend, is there something you require? Ah, yes, the mystery man. I was among those who tended him. He was not attired for the snow, much less the snowstorm, in which he had been caught, and he was suffering from frostbite. When people are extremely cold, they may mistakenly feel that they are warm and disrobe. That might explain his state of undress. Dangerous state when he was found. Neat. There you are. Were you able to learn aught of interest? Three things. Note concerning where Vaindro was found. Concerning an airship flying low. Vaindro's state when found. A mysterious man found collapsed after an airship was seen flying low. Yes, the accounts I had heard are consistent with yours. I, for one, am curious about the fate of this unknown airship. To that end, I have arranged a pair of black chocobos for us, the more efficient, to scour the area. Emmerich, I can fly through this area. We shall continue our search to Providence Point, where Vaindro is said to have been found. If you're ready, let us be off. Sure. Although I guess they have, like... I don't know if this was a thing before Endwalker, but I know this started in the MSQ in Endwalker, so... I imagine they're fond of this little thing they made. New type of cutscene unlocked. Although it's usually accompanied by... talk. So I don't know why they're forcing... Oh. Nothing so far. Let us continue northeast. Sure. I guess we are searching. We probably wouldn't be talking too much. Oh. Oh, fuck. It looks like one of the dragons from Ultima Thule. By the Fury. It's the blasphemy. Oh. Not sure if it was answered, but side quests are considered to happen in time bubbles, i.e. if stuff happens that changes an area, side quests ignore it. Well, okay, that might be true. Like, to keep it consistent, obviously, but, like, that's entirely consistent with what's going on here, as I explained. But, like, the Shiva Extreme thing is entirely consistent with itself. Like, I don't think it needs that thing to be justified happening after the initial Shiva fight. His Eminence must protect His Eminence. Ah, you're finally awake. Alone be praised. How are you feeling? Strong enough to speak? Can you tell me your name? My name is Zephyrin? No. Sharabear. What? Oh my god! Is this... It's literally all of the Knights 12. Because they wanted to... Right, yeah, okay. So they used the ether in Ascalon to try and summon King Thornton and his Knights 12. So what they ended up doing is just suffusing one body with the constructed personalities of the Knights 12. Wouldn't know about that since I skipped EX story, since it's either hand-waving round 2 or the Wandering Minstrel lying about my fights. I mean, yeah, like, a lot of the round 2 stuff is just, like, for Eden, it was, hey, you can review your things, but they're kind of modified a bit. I don't know what's up with that. To, like you said, the Minstrel just playing up your adventures. When it comes to a lot of the primals specifically, it's usually just, hey, tribe has gotten crystals. Like, even if you want to say that's hand-waving, I don't think that's inconsistent with what happened. Inconsistent with happening, or, like, canonically happening, you know? Like, that... There's a difference between these people are just summoning this stronger now, and this thing is a literal lie, you know? And, and similarly, there's also a difference between, hey, you killed them once, and now in this later quest, they're raising them but stronger. And I'm literally going back in time to basically do a quest I should have done at a lower level. Like, those aren't consistent. That was my problem with, like, PJ's comparison there. So many names swirling in my mind, and voices that reject them. Is there none they will accept? Are you alright? Ah, they were all trained by Vaingro. Vaingro. My name is Vaingro. Well, that's the same name as our infirmary. I dare say fate has guided you to us. So, Vaingro, if you're feeling up to a little conversation, can you tell me about yourself? Anything else you remember? Anything at all? Proud son of House Zamael? Nay, about servant of Alone, who lives for the rush of battle, the pleasure in inflicting pain, the attentions of maidens, to fight beside my brothers in arms. A low-born runt, whose every effort went unrewarded, whose very name disqualified him from ever leading the Temple Knights. But his eminence raised me up, granted me a place at his side. From that day forth, I pledged my sword to his service, pledged my very being, my life to be offered up in defense of his. I am a knight of the Heavensward, sworn to protect and serve the Archbishop. Oh, you're a knight? Forgive me if that sounded rude, but I had no idea. And while I realize your memories may be a bit muddled, I'm afraid I must inform you that the Heavensward have not been seen in quite some time and are presumed dead. And the Archbishop, well, he's most certainly no longer of this world. Which is what sends him into despair. Fuck. Well, that explains it. But the important thing is you're safe now, and we'll help you get back on your feet. Speaking of which, let me bring some food and water. You must be absolutely famished. And this man basically has 12 incomplete personalities, all in his head. But the one prevailing thing is, like, despair over the Archbishop. The Archbishop dead? No. Well, this cannot be. How can I still be alive when he is not? I must find him. And thus he struggled out of the building and started wandering Ishgard. Aldine! What? For the glory of King Thordan. Fuck. Another vision, I take it. Yep. Let us make for Ishgard. I expect that Lord Artoyrel will return soon, if he has not already, and we should both be glad to hear your tale. Oh, right, I can just teleport. Alright, so we know the identity, we know the reason they're doing what they're doing. Now it's just a question of how the hell do we get them into a place we can actually kill it off. Aldine, I pray your search was more productive than mine own. Phew, you don't know the half of it, Artoyrel. Everyone is here. Excellent. So were you able to find our clone in Nassislau? Nay, naught but the discarded Escalon remained. I fared you with your own efforts in the Central Highlands. In the course of retracing Vaindro's steps, we came upon the wreck of the Salil. I suspect he found the vessel abandoned in Azisla and tried to use it to return to Ishgard. But he crashed en route and was subsequently rescued by a patrol from Camp Dragonhead. So it would seem. The Archbishop's airship was not the only thing we found. Profane Fafnir was there too. The creature chose to flee, but not before Aldine had a vision of Vaindro's past. Go on, my friend. Share with us what you witnessed. So that man's basically all of the Temple Knights in one. Oh, sorry, the Heaven's Ward. All the pieces fit, but as you surmise, my lord, Vaindro and the clone are one and the same, and in his despair he turned into the blasphemy. Yet the confusion he exhibited when he asked his name, just as if he wasn't sure of his own identity. According to the Scions, primals retain the memories of their previous incarnations. From this, it may be assumed that the clone harbors the memories of all those who became King Thordan and his Knights 12. Though he struggled to reconcile these conflicting memories, he managed to settle on the name Vaindro. The voices within were clearly in agreement when facing Aldine, the mere sight of whom drove the blasphemy to flee. Above all, however, they share in the desire to protect the Archbishop. This desire was seared into Vaindro's very being, and when he learned that he no longer had a purpose... The Heaven's Ward took up arms against us and Ishgard. By their hand were we robbed of one of our finest knights and a dear friend. Even so, I would not wish such a terrible fate upon them. The self-same fate inflicted upon full many clergymen, and a fate I fear ordinary citizens will succumb to if we fail to act. The people will not soon forget the betrayal of our church's leadership, nor should they. But absent the comfort and stability once afforded to them by the institution, many have become lost, and are all too vulnerable to despair. People don't have to forget, but they need to move forward. The church can still be a source of comfort, but things need to change. I thought as much myself, my friend, but to hear you say it as well. Indeed. When the ground upon which we stand crumbles, we must find the strength to move forward, even should it cause us pain to do so. Lord Atwayrel, at the next house session I shall call for an ecumenical council to be held. My lord, such a gathering is reserved for... Oh, you intend for the church to codify new doctrine? Since the separation of religion and state, we have refrained from interfering in church affairs. But if the church is to remain a part of Ishgardian society and continue serving the people, we must reconsider its role and formally address recent revelations. I would call for this council not as the Lord Speaker, but as a humble adherent of the faith. Long had I considered whether such measures were necessary, but lacked the courage to set them in motion. I now have it thanks to you. I shall tend to the necessary preparations at once. Among other things, we must reach out to those of the clergy who are amenable to reform. Ask for your patience in this meantime. Or in the meantime. Now that I think about it, this would have been a good source of XP at the time. Oh well. O mighty fury, guide us to victory. The set of Atwayrel's jaw betrays a hint of anxiety. Aldine. Owing to Lord Emeric's swift action, I am pleased to say that the Ecumenical Council will soon be held. In case you are unaware, the Council is the highest assembly in the Ishgardian Orthodox Church. Its purpose to deliberate and decide upon doctrine. The previous one had no less than 80 years, was held no less than 80 years ago, before archbishops have since come and gone. As such, most Ishgardians know little of it, save that which they have read in the historical records. Traditionally, the archbishop and members of the synod would meet behind closed doors. In light of Bishop Vartenoir's fate, however, this time the doors will be thrown open to the public. And that'll be Emmerich. Oh no, Clem. Indeed. For the first time in history, all men and women of the faith may have a hand in shaping the mission and the teachings of the Church. It is my hope that you will also join us in this endeavor. Deacon Clem, allow me to express our gratitude for your efforts in facilitating the council. We appreciate the difficulty of your position. I merely heed my conscience and my faith, my lord. Acting in Bishop Vartenoir's stead, I shall do all within my power to see that the Church may serve the people once more. Where is the Lord Speaker, if I may ask? He stepped outside for a moment, saying that he wished to gather his thoughts ahead of the council. The hour draws nigh, however. Aldine, I shall proceed to the vault with the good deacon. In the meantime, may I ask you to find Lord Emmerich? He should be at the last vigil, I believe. Ah. Oh, 'tis you, my friend. Is it time already? I see. My apologies for making you come and fetch me. I have been thinking, Aldine. On the path I have chosen to walk, and all those who have been left behind as a consequence of my actions. Those who died fighting. Those burdened with boundless grief. Those deprived of position and purpose. Like any nation, Nishgard is made up of disparate souls with disparate beliefs. Without an enemy to unite us, we recall the differences we once set aside out of necessity, and find amongst our old friends new ideological foes. The future I had envisioned is far more difficult to secure than I ever imagined. What must I do for our people to live in harmony, for our nation to move forward as one? Such questions I have been pondering. We should begin making our way to the council. Shall we continue our conversation while we walk? Oh, am I going to lead him? Oh, yep. Ready? Let this be off. If it is agreeable, I would like to look on Forton Manor. Oh, God. Here we go. Game personally going out of its way to fucking make me twist the knife yet again. Feels like another age that you and yours were no more than foreign wards of House Forton. And in actual fact, it may be considered so. Your coming set in motion a chain of events that brought an end to the Dragonsong War, ushering in a new age of harmony. You paved the way for meaningful change in our nation. For that you shall ever have my gratitude. Now then, shall we continue on to the architects? sure I hit any spots on the way. Though it doesn't look like there are many, if any. No, not Stubby. King Thornton's Knights 12. The murders of Radatosca. Since the truth of their ancient crime came to light, many have demanded that these images be torn down. Yet though what our founding fathers did was wrong, neither is it right to simply expunge them and their deeds from history. To do so would be to deny our people's part in what followed for 1,000 years. We have the chance to forge a new future, but we as a nation must decide how we will confront our past. Forgive me, I was lost in thought yet again. Let us join Deacon Clem at the vault. I mean, I think there's a difference between having a statue up there, Emmerich, and, like, forgetting past. An unfortunately prescient issue, as it turns out. There you are, my friends. The council's about to convene. Let us take our place in the audience hall. What? Why the fuck am I sitting in on this? I feel like I'm a little ill-equipped to deal with the politics of the fucking main religion in the city. Esteemed members of the clergy and honored adherents of the faith, I thank you all for your attendance. In recent days, our nation has been racked by a series of tragedies. Those among us who do Halone's work have been transformed into abominations. This dreadful phenomenon has been brought about by the final days, and it is upon our despair and anguish that it feeds. Thus, if we are to prevent further tragedy, we must strive to ensure that all Ishgardians, clergymen and citizens alike, abide with peace and love for one another in their hearts. To that end have I called this ecumenical council, the first in generations, that we might together determine a path forward for the Church and our society as a whole. Since antiquity, the Ishgardian Orthodox Church served the people in two respects, as the Fury's spear to strike at the heart of dragonkind, and as the Fury's shield to safeguard the souls of men. But now that we are at peace with the Dravanians, the Church no longer needs serve as a spear, and so we must now reconsider how we might better serve as a shield for our brethren. The hierarchy must be reformed, and for that we need accountability. The upper echelon must be stripped of rank at a minimum, and the investigations conducted, trials held, if the evidence is sufficiently damning, and then we may turn our attention to their doctrines of lies. Wouldn't that, like, more divide the people? As our predecessors did before us, we of the Synod have ever sought to interpret the scriptures to the best of our ability, and thence conveyed Halone's will to the people. Such fervent pursuit of retribution at the expense of doctrine would come also at the expense of our faith. Have we won the war to lose our souls? Oh, Halone, are we outside your grace? Oh, no, please fucking no. Not here. This bodes ill. At this rate, someone might turn. Since the war's end, the Church and the faithful have stood at a crossroads, unable to take the next step forward. His Grace, Bishop Fartenoir, may he walk in Halone's halls, was one such soul. In his longing for simpler times, he resorted to using forbidden magics. He succumbed to despair. In our minds, we renounce the lies upon which our nation was built, but in our hearts we yearn for the righteousness, misguided though it was, that gave us comfort and purpose for so long. So let us not forget who we were. Let us confront the mistakes of the past and learn from them, that we do not repeat the mistakes of our forefathers. As fervently as we believed in our sacred duty, we struggle to accept the Church's deception and embrace change. The legacy of Thornton weighs heavy, and there is the temptation to simply cast it aside like a mantle that suits us no longer. Yet that would dishonor the sacrifice of those who went before, countless souls who served the people with purest intent. And so, heavy though it may be, let us together bear this burden so we might set forth anew. Our friend Aldine risked life and limb to reveal the truth to us, the truth that our legends and our scripture were tainted by betrayal, but not wholly corrupted. Though the great walls and towering spires of our city may have been built with murder and deception, they rest upon a foundation immutable and true. Our devotion to Helone, whom we have worshipped since before our forefathers settled these lands. The Church is a font of practical wisdom, and its teachings guide us in our daily lives. Such things define our faith no less than lies. We can acknowledge our sins without renouncing our religion. Without rejecting who we are. A comprehensive review of scripture as well as historical literature will be necessary. Revisions as appropriate must be made to ensure that the truth of our past is preserved for future generations. With your peerless knowledge of church doctrine, I dare say none is better suited to leading that effort than you. I also expect that many eyes will be required to pore over all the tomes, and I know many idle men and women of faith who would jump at the chance to do Helone's work once more. That went well. That day so very long ago, I had no answer to my father's words, but it seems the people had it within them all along. That they did. Man, I really hope these, like, I assume this is probably going to be a theme with the role quests, but, like, actually kind of, like, dealing with some scant issues that have been left over as a result of, like, going through the story and stuff like that is actually a really, really inspired way to kind of, like, get those stories, like, front and center, despite, like, everything that's happening in Endwalker. Cool. Next quest, we go kill a dragon. The council went better than I dared hope. Truly. While the details remain to be decided, 'twas a resounding success. Your words helped everyone to find common ground. I know not how to thank you. Much credit must go to Aldine. In the face of great hardship, never did he hesitate to press on, and our people have not forgotten this. Y'all don't know it yet, but I went to the end of the universe. Indeed. Well do I remember the day you flew into Ishgard upon a dragon's back. In making possible the impossible, you inspired us all. In you we glimpse the fury, a vision of courage in the face of uncertainty. Looking to your example, we shall endeavor to bring about change to the Church, for the future of all Ishgardians. There will, of course, still be those souls who struggle to rise above the mire of despair, but my fellows and I shall be there to take their hand in faith and love. For what is faith if not salvation? Well, I had best return to the cathedral. We have much and more to do. Ah, but I forget. I have tracked down that which you requested. Some repairs will be necessary, but it will be seen to with all haste. Emmerich? I had tasked the Deacon with finding a certain item, you see. A secret weapon, one might say. Given what we know of profane Fafnir, I suspect it will be of great use in our hunt. Once the repairs are complete, we shall be ready to strike. With the church having reached an accord with the people, the risk of more clergymen turning in is greatly diminished. We may now focus entirely on the blasphemy. It is time we freed Vaindro from his torment. Rest well you can, Aldine. I dare say the coming battle will demand the best of us. Coconut cod chowder. Ever march heavensward. Artoirel has his sights set on profane Fafnir. Glad tidings, Aldine. Since the Ecumenical Council, not a single soul has turned. Safe in that knowledge, we need only think of how to hunt down the blasphemy. I'm sure Emmerich has the answer right here. Ah, Aldine, you are here too. Excellent. Want to do extremes? Yeah, after this. I'll wrap up stream and then, yeah. Although granted, like, I can't do longer than, like, 10:30, so, yeah. I'm pleased to say the secret weapon is ready. We may now look to dealing with profane Fafnir. Although, I don't know if my gear's gonna be a problem, pallies. Like, the last time I did the, equivalent of Earth, Fire, Sea, or whatever the fuck it's called. And I didn't meet the DPS check for, Trial 1, so... Yeah, I don't know if I'm, like, geared enough for it yet. As you will recall, when last we encountered it, it was lying in wait by the Salil. An instinct driven by its inherited memories, I believe. It seeks to protect that which it most strongly associates with the Archbishop. In all likelihood, it was this selfsame motive that compelled it to come to the Holy See. From the skies above, it keeps watch over the Holy Vault. When next it descends, we shall exploit this instinct by using the secret weapon to lure it to the Chancel? What exactly is this secret weapon? It is none other than the Fury's Grace, the holy crozier of the Archbishop. Suspecting that Bishop Vartunois had retreated from Azisla, I had Deacon Clem search his private quarters. My suspicions proved correct. With the crozier in hand, I shall have an irresistible bait for profane Fafnir. That works. My lord, that is unconscionable risk. There is no telling how the blasphemy will react. Indeed, but we can be confident that I will command his undivided attention, thus ensuring that no more of our citizens are placed in harm's way. In the heavens' word are the Archbishop's shields, then the Temple Knights are the people's. Oh, if the heavens word. As leader of the Order, the risk is mine to bear. All the Knights of the Heavens' Ward fell in Azisla. As a vessel for their memories, Vaindro may be considered the last of their number. Let us go then, and relieve him of his... nay. Their duty. Let us see to our preparations and proceed to the vault. We finish this once and for all. He's not leading it into the city, though, is he? I don't know what, I don't know, at the vault. That seems like a really bad idea, Emmerich. I don't know why you think that's a good idea. If you're ready, then let us set forth. You need but say the word. Oh, back up here, eh? The beast has come. Now is our chance. Make ready. To me, my knights. Profane Fafnir. That's a sick design. For the glory of King Thordan. No, you are not he. A trick. It is a trick. Forgive me, Sir Vaindro, but for the sake of all Ishgardians, we must strike you down.
It ends here! You underestimate me! Do not underestimate me!
Fuck up. Oh my god, I fucked that up.
You underestimate me! I will not falter!
Oh, Jesus.
This knight does not yield!
Whew. Finally, it is over. Thus ends the tale of the Heaven's Ward. Let it not be forgotten. It was wrong of them to conceal the truth of our nation's founding, to abet the Archbishop in his machinations. Yet in peering into their hearts, one thing became clear. They too had succumbed to primal manipulation. They too were victims. Flawed men, aye, not without sin, but Ishgardians brave and true, as we all aspire to be. Having triumphed in the battle of ideals, I have a responsibility to all our people. Their hopes and dreams, their sorrow and suffering, are mine to bear. Bear them I shall. Had you not vanquished King Thordan, or had I erred in but one of my choices, I may well have been the first to succumb to despair, to be reborn to blasphemy. You wouldn't have turned, not you. Ridiculous notion. I'm more like to become a beast than you. You wouldn't have turned, not you. Thank you, my friend, for having such confidence in me. My apologies. It was not mine intent to wax sentimental. Our work here is done. Let us return to the congregation. I like that a lot. That was a nice little wrap up to everything. I can't wait to see what else they've got in store for these role quests. I can't remember where. I think there's one in Doma. In fact, we might be sent back to Razat Han to finish this quest, honestly. Aldine, permit me to offer my gratitude for helping us to overcome not only the blasphemy, but the despair which spawned it. But this is only the beginning. On the face of it, we may have made tremendous strides in breaking down ancient barriers within our society, but there yet remain great rifts to be bridged. There's no easy thing to rise above a lifetime of preconceptions and prejudice. I myself have struggled to do so, as you must know. But I shan't give up. On the honor of my house, I will do everything in my power to build a new Ishgard, one in which all people can see eye to eye, regardless of birth and station. Now then, I believe the Deacon has some words for you too. Pray lend him an ear. My Lord Aldine, may I say how glad I am that you are safe and well. Just before you arrived, Lord Emmerich explained to me the true nature of the man who became the blasphemy. The poor confused creature was born of the Church's mistakes, and on behalf of the clergy, I give you my heartfelt thanks for laying it to rest. As we work to reform our institutions and rebuild our relationship with the people, we will remember and pray for all those who have fallen in service to the faith. And we shall pray for you as well. Wheresoever your path may lead, may the Fury ever watch over and keep you. I shall leave it at that then. Lord Emmerich too wishes to speak, and 'twould not do to keep him waiting. Aldine, Lord Artoyrel, thank you for the vital roles you played in ridding us of profane Fafnir. As ever, the sight of you in combat was nothing short of inspiring. You know me. With no further reported instances of people turning in the blasphemy itself no more, I should like to believe we are free of the scourge of despair. My brother and I shall labor to see that it remains so by fighting to dispel the darkness in men's hearts. And I shall fight with you, not only as the Speaker of the House of Lords or the Lord Commander of the Temple Knights, but as a man of faith, in our God and in our people. Together, let us strive to fill our nation with hope. Aldine, by now you will be sick unto death of being thanked, but I must nonetheless express an additional word of gratitude. Full oft have you saved our nation, our people. I speak not only of our lives, but our hearts and minds as well. You have given us a great gift, that of opportunity and choice, and if we are to repay you for it, we as a nation must take full advantage of our freedom to dictate a new course of forward, into a brighter future. What forward means, we may not always agree upon, but as fellow Ishgardians, we shall find a way to rise above our differences and stand united. That is the nation that I will strive to build. This I swear to you. Aldine, given all that you have done for us, I am loath to impose further, but may I trouble you to bear word of our success to our officer in Razat Han. We will of course be sending a report, but there is no substitute for a first-hand account. Our allies would benefit from the additional details you can provide as well. Our thanks again, my friend. May the Furies speed your way. Alright. This will basically be where I finish the stream here. Pallies, if you're still here, I'm gonna be honest, I'm actually, like, really tired. I don't think I'd concentrate well on next streams. If people are doing any tomorrow, I'll probably be in a better state for it, but yeah, I think I'm still feeling the effect of, like, rushing through the fucking story over the weekend, so, oh, shit, no, I'm going the wrong way. It's down the corridor. Yeah. Plus, like, I'm only gonna be there for, like, probably 30 or 40 more minutes after I, like, wrap up the stream and stuff like that, so I don't know if I'm really gonna be there for enough time to warrant it, and also not concentrating enough. Besides, I'd prefer to just, like, go through the roulette for the night and then just head off, so... God, it's a real shame every time you visit this area, you don't get this music barely any... Like, almost everything happening in Razat Han is more serious, thus you don't actually hear the fucking regular music that happens in it so much. Ah, my Lord Aldine. By your return, dare I hope that the hunt for the blasphemy was a success? It sure was. I beat it up the dragon. I thought you would vanquish the beast come as a little surprise, but that this occasion would serve as impetus for the church to embark upon a path of reform is incredible. I will share these joyous tidings with our allies without delay. If I may speak candidly, I must confess to being a great admirer of yours. When you have a moment, I should like to hear about some of your adventures, if you would do me the honor. For the present, however, in my official capacity as the Ishgardian delegate, I offer you my humblest thanks for your immeasurable service to our nation. Oh, nice. I'll take your material. Oh, yeah, now I can dye my outfit. You can now dye level 90. Yep, cool. More than fear. So there's a Doman and Alamegan. Fuck. Hang on. Healer. Ooh, and that has $4 in it. Interesting. Sure. Wait, what? Why is tank up? Okay, sure. Limpson. The Admiral and someone behind her. And then Lord Hien. I'm gonna have to level up some jobs to do the rest of those, I feel. But yeah, that's where I'm gonna call it for tonight. Like I said on the weekend, I don't know how much I'm gonna be streaming this week, between work and, stuff I need to do for Christmas and that. I, have a lot to do. So streaming's gonna be pretty infrequent for, like, the next, week, honestly. Like, until after Christmas. like, even the weekend, I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to stream something like 13 Sentinels, but, I'll try and figure out something. Honestly, this might just be a good time to chill, because between, like, again, between work rushing around before Christmas and then Christmas itself, I'm probably going to be off my bloody feet. So, yeah, I'm probably not going to put up a schedule for this week and just say, hey, I'll play it by ear, so yeah, I don't know when I'm next going to stream. Whenever the hell I find time for it. Probably Friday night. Honestly, Friday night's usually a pretty good one, and I might start raids. I might start the Alexander or Omega raids, depending on what I feel like. But, yeah. Is anyone online to raid? No. Damn, that's a shame. Oh well. Can't do much about it. Yeah, so that's gonna be it. So thank you very much for watching live or on the VODs. I really appreciate it. Hope you'll have a lovely day, and I hope to see you all next time.